Alright, so in this video we're going to be discussing avatars. Now in another video I talked about avatars, and I believe it was in the chip video. But this video alone is just covering avatars in and of themselves. We've all seen avatars before if you used like a Facebook Messenger app or anything where people are gathering in and saying stuff and there's like an identifier for them. So that seems kind of abstract, so let's just get to the work here. So we're going to make an avatar here, and we're going to make one of my dog. And avatars you can make smaller, larger, all these things you can manipulate with more CSS. So what you're going to have to do is to try doing it from the relative path of just putting a string in here and referencing this picture right here, which is my dog, Bernie. He's pretty cool. Is that you actually just have to import it in. And so make sure it's in your source folder, in some other subfolder, or wherever it's at in there. We could come in and just call it Bernie from and let's just see Bernie. So we're going to put this in here. And now we see my awesome dog appear right here. And that is one way that you can make an avatar. Now, if you wanted to come in, you could do another avatar, but let's just say that, you know, maybe you wanted to do an avatar that has lettering. Maybe you're like me at work and you just don't have a profile picture of you that exists. So we could come in here and we could just type in Bob. So we see Bob appear right here. And so if you wanted to, you could come in and add some styles, change the color of this, to add some pop in the background. But there's also one more thing you could do with avatars, which I guess is kind of interesting, is that they have variants. And so if we wanted to come in and let's space these out here, because we have all the room in the world to do it. That's not what I wanted to do. Move this in, move this in. I know it's tedious, but organization is the key when doing these things. At least trying to stay organized. And what we could do is we could have a variant. We see autofills here, and we could go over some of our choices. So we have circle, which you can see by default is how it renders. Let's go to rounded. And so it's a square, but it has the rounded edges on here, which is pretty neat. And so the other one, I believe it said it was square. And so this is just like rounded, except it has sharp edges. So depending on what styling you want to do, that's pretty cool out of the bat. That's right out of the bag. You don't have to add any more CSS on your own. You don't have to worry about the border and rounding off the corners. It just does it all for you. Personally, I kind of like the circular stuff because I think maybe that's what's in style right now. But since it gives you those other variants as well, I think that's just really neat.